Welcome back to the Observatory, also known as the O. I'm your host, Matisse Wynn. We have so many exciting things going on in the sports world right now, from our teams making playoffs, setting new records, and new Super Bowl champions. But before we jump into all that, let's talk a bit about our Comets. Spring is right around the corner, which means softball and baseball season are underway. Last year, baseball finished their season with an overall score of 33-11 and 19-5 in ASC play, placing them in second for regular season. They made it to the opening round of the ASC tournament, but did not advance. This will be Coach Shane Shoemake's 17th season with the Comets since the program began in 2002. The Comets will begin their season Friday, February 9th against Chapman in Tucson, Arizona. In softball, last year the women's team had an overall record of 36-10, placing them in third for the ASC regular season and brought home the team's first conference title in program history. This year, they'll be defending their new title with new head coach Corey Hill. Their season will begin Saturday, February 10th against Mary Hardin Baylor here at UTD. Both the men and women's tennis team started their spring openers with an 8-1 win over Concordia, Texas this past Saturday afternoon. The Comets' next match will be held on Sunday, February 18th against Whitworth at the UTD tennis courts. Both men and women's basketball teams have secured their places in the playoffs. Currently, women have an overall score of 18-3 with 12-2 for conference play and only 4 games left in regular season. They hold the top spot in the ASC East Division after a 72-33 win against Belhaven this past Saturday. They have the chance to host the ASC tournament for the first time in program history. Some key performers of Saturday's game are Victoria Pena, Alexa Boshley, Raynette Hughes. The girls will be hitting the road for their next game against Ozarks this Thursday in Clarksville, Arkansas. The men's team have an overall score of 15-6 with 11-3 in conference play. They currently have 6 wins in a row, with the most recent being against Belhaven. Sophomore Demetrius Underwood became the second ASC player to record multiple triple-doubles in a career this past Saturday against Belhaven. The men's team will also be traveling to Clarksville, Arkansas for their game against Ozarks this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Team captain Caleb Banks became the 9th person in UTD history to score 1,000 points. Let's take a look at this video of his 1,000-point shot. Afterwards, we'll have Caleb here in studio to talk about his new record. Thank you for joining us today, Caleb. Just talk to me a little bit about what it was like to make those 1,000 points. Did you know that you were getting close to hitting that, or how did you find out?
So the crazy thing is before the game, I thought I had maybe 20 to 30 more points to go. And I was talking to my teammates. I was like, man, I probably need to go for 20 this game. It was funny. And so then, it was probably after, my 4th point. And I think I was getting subbed out. And, somebody at the scorers table, they were like, hey, you just hit 1,000 points. And I was like, stop playing. Stop playing. It's no way. And apparently they announced it during the game while I was in a timeout. And I didn't even hear it. And we lost the game. So, I was still in a bad mood. But they said I hit 1,000. So I was like, okay, well.
So it's mixed emotions. You lost, but you hit 1,000 points.
Yeah,
so.
it didn't set in until the next win. Once we won, then I was like.
Then you felt like a champ.
Yeah, I was like 1,000. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, wow. All right. How does it feel to make UTD history?
It feels good. I feel like I spent my whole life playing basketball, and when my kids look back and just look at my collegiate career, they're just gonna be like, their dad was a somebody. So.
You're definitely a somebody, Caleb. So what is it like being team captain? How are you expecting the rest of the season to play out?
Well, as far as, being team captain, it's a very strenuous and taxing job, but it's also very rewarding. You got this group of guys, they look to you for leadership, and, you always have to say the right things, and that's probably the toughest part, because I've had to break a lot of bad habits, just from my past, just to be a team leader. But, it's fun, especially, when you're winning games, everything is 10 times better. So, it's fun. Yeah, this is my answer in a nutshell.
What is your favorite memory of your college basketball career?
Favorite memory? My favorite memory would probably have to be maybe freshman year when I got that first start. And I remember because I started the year off, I was the 4th string point guard. I pretty much planned on quitting before the season started. But, halfway through the season, I just ended up starting. it was a good feeling. I was like, I've arrived. That's how I felt.
Well, you stayed, and now you're a star. Thank you for joining us on the show today, Caleb. I wish you guys the best of luck on your season, and I just want you guys to know we're rooting for you. The last 2 games will be February 15th and February 17th, so come out and support your Comets.
Come support. We need you.
In many ways, this NBA season has gone just as expected. The Golden State Warriors are atop the league with a 41-12 record. This has gotten them both first place in the Western Conference and in the NBA. And this has awarded them 4 All-Stars in Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and of course Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry. Right behind them are the Houston Rockets at 38-13. They're second place in the Western Conference and in the NBA, and they were awarded All-Star James Harden on their team. Now, more shocking news, the Cleveland Cavaliers have basically been a disaster. And this is kind of shocking to the world as the last 3 years they've met the Golden State Warriors in the finals. They've lost 12 of the last 18 games, and they're still trying to fit in newly acquired Isaiah Thomas. Now, as everybody knows, he was swapped for Kyrie Irving in the offseason. And Isaiah, he actually suffered a hip injury with the Celtics last season. And so he's still kind of trying to recover from that injury. And, I mean, he just kind of looks off. The Cavaliers' defense has gotten much worse with him on the floor as he kind of struggles to defend people as he's 5'9", and most people he goes against are 6'3" and above. So, I mean, we'll see how he recovers, and we'll see if he's able to get back to that MVP level that he was at last season. Now, during this losing streak, the Cavaliers also lost All-Star Kevin Love. He was actually named an All-Star this year, and he's out 8 weeks with a broken hand. So he'll have to miss both the All-Star game, and he probably won't be back till right before the playoffs. So good luck to Kevin Love and Isaiah Thomas and the entire Cavaliers organization as they try to better their fortunes this season. Now, on a more positive note, the Boston Celtics, who lost their All-Star Gordon Hayward the first game of the season to a broken leg, they're actually having a very, very good season. Their record is 39-15 right now, and they're third in the NBA and first in the Eastern Conference. Kyrie Irving, who I just said was swapped for Isaiah Thomas during the offseason, he's leading them with 24.9 points per game, and they look to be a very young team who will have a bright future and can actually make a push to the finals this season in the Eastern Conference. Now, as the NBA trade deadline approaches, many teams will either try to blow their team up and make them worse so they can get better draft positioning in this year's draft, because there are some very good college players that will be in this draft that teams are actually going to want to get. Or teams are going to be trying to add a few more pieces to their team to make a late playoff push and see if they can catch the Warriors or whoever's going to be at the top of the Eastern Conference to get that final spot. One of those teams is the Detroit Pistons, who just acquired Blake Griffin from the Los Angeles Clippers. They traded for Blake Griffin, and they sent to Los Angeles Tobias Harris and Avery Bradley, who were 2 role players. And basically what the Clippers are trying to do right now, they're trying to blow up their team. Like I said, they're trying to be one of those teams who becomes one of the bottom feeders in the NBA, but they're doing it in a way where they can actually still keep relevant players while also gaining draft picks so they can kind of build towards their future in a different way. During the offseason, they got rid of Chris Paul from their team. They just traded Blake Griffin, and there have been a lot of trade rumors for DeAndre Jordan, who's in a lot of rumors to go to the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers are another one of those teams that are kind of trying to make a late playoff push, and they probably need to make a trade because right now things in their locker room just aren't looking good. And if they make a trade, it'll bring a new energy. It could possibly better the chemistry, and it'll obviously make their team better because they're in a rough patch right now. So we'll see if Cleveland does anything to better their roster. But, I mean, that's all for the NBA, and now we'll send it back to Matisse.
The Super Bowl is a game that everyone looks forward to every football season, whether you watch it for the amazing ads, the halftime show, or the game itself. This past Sunday, the Eagles made history for the city of Philadelphia with their first ever Super Bowl win against the Patriots, with a final score of 41-33. Eagles managed to keep a lead majority of the game until fourth quarter when Tom Brady passed the ball to Rob Gronkowski for a touchdown, bringing the score to 33-32 with the Patriots leading. Eagles managed to catch back up to the Patriots with only 3 minutes left and held them till the end. Eagles quarterback Nick Foles was named MVP of the Super Bowl. The Eagles' win was felt all across Philadelphia, with even the mayor taking his time out to say congratulations to the team. That's all I have for this segment, Comments. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you right back here next time. For UTD TV Sports, I'm Matisse Wynn.